Well, look, just away from the federal election here, since I spoke yesterday to Peter Dutton about national security, one wonders whether sometimes the West doesn't speak out of both sides of its mouth. I'm talking about Ukraine, and it's undeniable that Russia's actions are illegal and the brutality and butchery must constitute war crimes. The US president is today saying that the Russian President Putin does not have a way out of the Ukraine war, but quite extraordinary for an American president, Biden then added, I'm trying to figure out what we do about that. Some Western analysts were expecting President Putin on Victory Day last Monday, the celebration of the victory over the Germans 77 years ago, to declare all-out war. But had Putin used the commemoration to declare war, he would have highlighted, wouldn't he, to the Russian people that his special military operation in Ukraine, supposedly a quick military intervention, had neither been quick nor special. Russian people are increasingly aware of the flow home of dead and disfigured soldiers. Placing a spotlight on that issue would only make Putin seem weaker. I want to speak to Emeritus Professor Ramesh Thakur, an Emeritus Professor in the Crawford School of Public Policy at the ANU, but also the Director of the Centre for Nuclear Non-Proliferation and Disarmament in the Crawford School. He was previously Professor and Head of the Peace Research Centre at the ANU, during which time he was also a consultant and advisor to the Australian and New Zealand governments on arms control, disarmament and international security issues. I wanted to talk to him tonight about Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the extent to which commitments given to Russia in the past have not been honoured, which proved provocative to Putin. This is not to excuse anything that Putin, the butcher, has done. But as Professor Thakur writes, there is unbroken continuity in Russia's NATO grievance from Mikhail Gorbachev through to Boris Yeltsin and to Vladimir Putin. Professor Thakur joins us. Ramesh, thank you for your time this evening. Just a simple question then. Is the expansion of NATO to the east a key factor in the current conflict?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And there's two ways of looking at it, which sounds paradoxical. Firstly, it has expanded between 1999 and 2020. 14 countries from the former Soviet Central and Eastern European satellite
just to interrupt, some of those up on the screen here now, and you can see Russia on that screen, and there's Ukraine.
Okay.
Ukraine now, it's just gone down. But these are moving to the east. Go on, Ramesh.
Okay, they have kept moving to the east.
Yeah.
Now, you could argue that this eastward expansion has been provocative, and they made it very clear that there are red lines that they would react to, and they did in Ukraine and Georgia. Or you could also argue that perhaps NATO didn't expand far enough east in the sense that they did not actually include Russia in a new security architecture that was all-inclusive for all of Europe. We have some evidence that the Russians sought that. And there was one famous meeting with Secretary of State Warren Christopher that Boris Yeltsin had, where Yeltsin interrupted Christopher and said, let me get this right. You're saying that you're pursuing a partnership of Europe for all states, including Russia, not just NATO membership for a select few. And Christopher said, yes, that is true. And Yeltsin said, that's brilliant, that's excellent, we'll join you. But within a year of that, they changed their mind. So that has been very provocative to Russia.